Let's go. Get in here. Get in here right now. Get in here. Hey, we got 30 minutes for the rest of our life. 30 minutes for the rest of our lives. That's our bet on the first half. It ain't happening. We get the ball. I promise you one thing. We're going to hit somebody and we're taking downfield for a touchdown. I guarantee you that.
Guarantee.
Look at me. Look at me.
Let's go.
We got 30 minutes.
Let's go.
For the rest of our lives.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Lock on. Hey. Lock on. Lock on. Hey. Put your hold on the back. Hey, we got it.
Welcome everybody to another episode of DC Sports Daily. This is your host Corey Thesson alongside Jack Maestri. Another day, another dollar. What up, Jack?
Not much, Corey.
I think what we're going to learn today is not to breathe into our mics. I think we've done that heavily. We sound like Darth Vader last night for the first 2 minutes. But as far as today goes, maybe touch on a couple things for the Nats, but we covered the Nats pretty well last night on our late night episode. Touch on the Redskins a little bit since they open on Sunday. I know we did that on the NFC East preview. Talk a little bit of Zeke Elliott. Just go from there. Start off the show. We could talk a little bit about what the impact of Victor Robles could possibly have on the Nats. Not this season, but hey,
maybe this season.
Maybe this season because there's been two stellar players that have come up from September call-ups and made a name for themselves immediately.
And their names are?
Andrew Jones of the Atlanta Braves, who you mentioned last night to me.
Legend.
And Miguel Cabrera.
Legend.
With the Miami
also
Marlins in
mean
02.
jab.
Yeah.
And
so
he can take a punch.
If another injury were to happen, knock on wood, it doesn't. But Victor Robles could be knocking on the door.
Ooh, knocking on wood, knocking on the door. A lot of knocking.
Honestly, I wouldn't hate it. I don't know if he's ready, like Bryce Harper was at age 20.
I think FP said he's ready. Call him up a couple of times. So if FP says it,
FP said that about Drew Stevenson too.
He's ready.
Good Lord.
Call him up.
I really, for the long run with Victor Robles, I'm really looking forward to the potential Trey Turner, Victor Robles 1-2 punch in the top of the lineup. Good luck.
Do you think he will learn to speak English?
No.
No?
No.
Because, I mean, Ramos originally needed a translator.
Yeah, but guys that come in, like, Ramos could understand English, I think.
I think
Robles
can understand English.
I don't know. Because guys like Aroldis Chapman, who came in with a translator, never even cared about learning English, but you could be right. It might be part of the contract in D.C.
I mean, I don't think it's part of the contract. I don't think that's legal. But, I mean, he's 20 years old. So, if he's on a team where everybody's speaking... I mean, he's been on teams where everybody's speaking English. But, you know, at the major league level, maybe he'll want to... Now that he has more media exposure, might want to learn to speak a little bit of English.
Yep. Especially in the D.C. media world.
You know how it goes.
Eyes on everything.
Ears on every word.
Oh, I did have a question,
yes.
Baseball related.
Yes,
not
hit
just
me with
Nats.
your question.
Yes. Since we talked about our, to this point, MVP for our team.
Feed me.
Who do you think has been the most...
Giancarlo Stanton.
No, not player. Consistent team overall over the course of the season. I know you can say the Dodgers.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Okay, team, yes. Stanton is their team.
He is. The most consistent team overall, whole year, throughout the year.
Like somebody that doesn't...
consistently good.
Yeah, someone who doesn't peak, or someone who doesn't slump a lot, which...
The Washington Nationals.
Obviously, that's what I was going to hit on. Like, you can look at the Indians, you can look at the D-backs.
Ooh,
both
so
have gone
teams
on
teams who don't peak. Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, they slumped the entire year.
San Francisco Giants.
They slumped the entire year. I think, looking at the Nationals overall, and I just looking at the roster today while I was at work, it just shows how consistent of a team they've been. They never really peaked. They didn't go on a serious win streak like the Indians or the D-backs or the Rockies or the Dodgers. The Dodgers peaked the entire year. They're now slumping.
For like the next 2 years.
I hope so.
That would be wonderful.
At least October.
Wonderful,
Continue
I say.
the
That
slump.
would be wonderful.
In the ebbs and flows of baseball, normally you have a month or two where you aren't winning consistently, but you're not losing. And right now, the Dodgers are losing.
They are big fat losers.
It really tests a good team. We know the Dodgers are good, but it really tests a good team when you start to slump a little bit and you can't respond. The Dodgers have just been playing terrible baseball overall.
Awful. They look like little leaguers.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I would play Japan's little league team over them right now.
Right now. So, I was just curious. Obviously, I figured you would say the Nats, but I just feel like the Nats...
I think Arizona, a case could be made for Arizona.
Yeah, but they relied on 2, I think, 10-plus game win streaks this year. I know the Indians have, and the Indians just got 15.
Their slumps haven't been...
ridiculous, right?
No. They've been a consistently good team.
I think the Dodgers just played out of their realm for 2 months.
Honestly, the thing that I look at for consistency is I'd love to pull up... I wish I had looked into this before this.
standing?
No, not even month to month. Just look at their series and see how many series they've swept and how many they've been swept in. Because I think a mark for consistency is not getting swept. That's generally in baseball. You're not going to win every series. That's the goal.
Right.
The goal isn't to sweep every series necessarily. It's, okay, we got a 3-game set. We're going to win 2 of them.
Right.
If you win 2 out of every 3, you're going to make the playoffs.
And win 90-plus.
Yeah. So, you're going to sweep some teams to offset the, the 1-win series, but it's hard to offset, when the goal is 2 out of 3, it's hard to offset getting swept. So, it doesn't bother me if a team loses a couple series in a row as long as they're taking 1 game. I'd say they're still playing consistent baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the consistency, not only just what you said, but it shows when you do play a bad series, but you bounce back and sweep a team. Like what the Nats just did with the Brewers. They struggled at Milwaukee and then
stole a game.
Didn't even carry it through to Miami.
Yep.
It looked like they weren't even phased.
Nope, not at all. I think we also just love playing Miami. What have we won? Like 10 in a row against them? It's something ridiculous. So, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's always good when you dominate the team that's chasing you.
Right. Chasing. 19 out.
I mean, there was at one point they were like 9 games. Yeah. So,
until they faced us.
If we lose 10 in a row.
Yeah. But we're consistent. The most consistent team in baseball, I believe.
Besides the Phillies.
And the Braves, who were knocked out first.
Go fighting Phils.
I hope they don't ever get good again.
Me neither.
I hope they become the Cubs and take 107 years to win another World Series.
That would be fantastic.
And I hope I'm still alive to see when they win it in 107 years, just so I can say.
You would be 129 years old. I would be 129 years old. You would be 120.
Yikes.
8.
Yikes.
So,
as far as that goes, the Nats play tonight, right?
Tonight, boys.
We were born to be champions.
I think I just breathed into the mic.
I've been breathing in the entire time. I've been breathing in the computer. I've been breathing in the mics. I am your father.
Luke, I am your father. No!
Interesting. So to move on from the Nats, I think.
Yeah, let's get off of them. We've kind of talked them into the ground in the past like 16 hours,
and we will the next month. Interesting. Before we talk about what Zeke will do, apparently his original judge breached the CBA.
Oh.
Which is leading to an unfair trial, apparently, or hearing.
Nice.
It says the NFL's breach of the CBA is only compounded by Henderson's breach of the CBA. Henderson denied access to certain procedural requirements which were necessary to be able to present all relevant evidence at the hearing. The procedural requests that Henderson denied were access investigators, notes, cross-examining Thompson, and questioning Commissioner Goodell. He didn't allow Goodell to get on the stand, first and foremost.
I don't think Goodell wanted to.
No, I don't think he did either. But he didn't allow it, apparently, is what
the whole point of him...
is what the official release says.
The whole point of Henderson being there and facilitating this was that it was out of Goodell's hands.
Yeah. Henderson breached the CBA, although a breach of the agreement by an arbiter is not a recognized exception of the exhaustion requirement. Henderson's breach further supports allowing an exception in this case. Because both the NFL and Henderson breached their obligations under the CBA, the court finds exhaustion of the NFLPA's remedies unnecessary. I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand what any of these words mean.
Yeah,
but
basically what I just heard was I'm exhausted.
that's all I heard was an exhaustion. So they're just going to let Zeke play for now. That's what I'm taking out of this.
Yeah,
obviously he's going to get in trouble.
It sounds like he has a good chance of playing this season.
Yeah.
Like the full season.
That's my guess.
Still a chance that, I mean, honestly, as this develops, I feel like we'll have a clear picture in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. But I think he's going to serve the 6 games at some point.
Yeah, I agree. I really do hope what you were saying before we got on. I really hope that they're like unbelievably good, and then they suspend him towards the end of the year.
In the last 6 weeks, and they tank. Yeah, that would be great. I'd love that.
I doubt that'll happen. I'm guessing it's going to be a Tom Brady scenario again, because I know it's a legal thing, but they're going to think about the NFL, and if the Cowboys are relevant this year, then they'll just say, oh, let's push it. Let's push it. Let's push it.
I still don't think any court is going to look at this and say, well, normally we would just go ahead and
you can get cases pushed easily, though.
Uphold this ruling right now, but the Cowboys are playing in a primetime flex in Week 15, so we're not gonna do it yet. Let's push this off until next season.
Yeah, but you have to realize they got the best of the best lawyers and stuff, so I'm sure they'll learn how to figure out how to push it off and push it off and push it off. Okay, never mind. I just panicked because I thought I saw that the Cowboys traded for Aaron Donald, but no, it was just a report.
It was just a report that the Cowboys traded.
They should. I would have died. I would have just lost my mind on air. But yeah, as far as that goes, I don't really want to dive into that anymore because I know nothing about law. I know nothing about the NFLPA, the CBA, whatever.
Basically, Zeke beat his girlfriend, and he's going to have to not play football for 6 games at some point in the next year to 5 years.
Right. And then the NFL, I think this is a coincidence, the NFL came out and said, or suspended Josh Brown for 6 more games. He's not even in the league. I think it's just a coincidence to kind of get
Not a coincidence. It's
yeah. But just to get the little Zeke TRO thing out of there, I don't know how to phrase it.
Trying to flood the media with
just
other stuff to talk about. Trying to make themselves look good.
Look fine because they're finally doing something for Josh Brown. When there was clear 20 times that he had beat his wife. Yeah, that's terrible. All this domestic abuse needs to stop.
Yep.
They need to stop using their celebrity platform to be able to do whatever they want. They need to have harsher penalties than 6 games, in my opinion. But we'll dive into that a different day. Redskins Eagles Sunday. I'm pretty excited about.
1 o'clock.
Sad because we both will be working at 1 o'clock.
I might not be.
Oh, Jack's going to get off now at 1 o'clock.
There's a chance I might not be.
I will be working, sadly. But let's break the spell of not winning openers since 2012.
Yeah, what's the record in openers in the last 4 years? 0-4.
Since RG3 had his barn burner of a game in New Orleans.
What is Kirk's record in openers after signing a franchise tag?
0-1.
Okay, not as bad. What is Kirk's record in openers after signing a franchise tag that God told him to sign?
0-0.
0-0, undefeated.
There we go.
There we go. Kirk undefeated in opening games after baby. God tells him to sign his gigantic contract.
I could really use some God information. What? I don't know what I was going to say.
Some God information?
Godly
divine inspiration to go find a contract
and
that's going to pay you $30 million.
Yes. And helps me win in DC.
Yeah, that would be nice. Come on, God. Just tell him to take the league minimum. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the opener. Mm-hmm. Not only does it seem like the team in general struggles in openers, but Jay Gruden struggles in openers.